Salutations, viewers, and welcome to AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. For the very first time in AHS Sports Network history, we are broadcasting a playoff game. Tonight, your Ames High Little Cyclones host the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawks in the first round of playoffs. And we're about to see the Little Cyclones enter the field. And here they come. And we're glad to have you with us, folks. Carter White alongside Ryan Eggert, live from Ames High Stadium. So next week, the winner of this game will play Southeast Polk for a spot at the state tournament in the Unidome. Let's look at Ames first. They're 1-4 after their first win of the season last week against Ottumwa, 42-21. Lipsy had 223 passing yards with 1 passing touchdown and 121 rushing yards with 2 rushing touchdowns. If he pulls off just as good of a performance tonight, there's a good chance Ames will be the team going on to Southeast Polk.
Absolutely. Taman's been the main source of offense for this Ames High team. He has over 1,600 yards passing and nearly 600 yards rushing so far. If he gets the Ames offense going early tonight and continues it all the way to the end, Ames will certainly earn themselves a spot against Southeast Polk next Friday.
As for the other side of the ball, Cedar Rapids Jefferson is 0-7. Each game was lost by an average of 37 points. The Jayhawks are going to have some major turning around to their team to do if they want to play next week.
Yeah, they're going to need a night of biblical proportions to win. They've only averaged about 8 points a game, and their defense hasn't done them any favors either by giving up about 46 points a game. So they'll have to prevent Ames from, scoring on them. Could be a blowout, but who knows? Too early to tell. And they'll have to put a lot more points on the board to be able to win tonight than we're used to seeing them put on the board, rather.
Let's finish strong, my good sir. Kickoff right after this, folks. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. Cedar Rapids Jefferson versus Ames about to start. Ames won the toss and elected to receive. So that is what we are going to see first. The amazing Ames offense. Ready for this, partner?
Absolutely.
Kickoff is going to come from Jacob Cross from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Papin back for the return, as well as, I believe, Brooks. Here we go. Cross on the kickoff, and we're underway in round one of the playoffs. I think that is, it looks like Papin on the return. Didn't get very far. And Taman Lipsy comes onto the field. What a season he's had. 1,475 all-around yards, which is the fourth best in Class 4A. Cedar Rapids Jefferson has to take away the threat that Lipsy brings, or this will be a very hard game for them to win.
Yeah, he's just been incredible. And even though he's missed a game this year, he's still been the main source of offense for Ames. And I think, as we said earlier, if he can get them started early, he can fuel them to a second-round spot with Southeast Polk.
Lipsy sets up with three receivers on his left in the shotgun. Pump fake, still keeping it to himself, and just throws it out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 16. Good coverage that time by Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Yeah, they got, first play of the game and, first drive for both teams can really set the mentality, can really set the way that the game can go. So, Ames, if they come out firing on all cylinders, they could put some points up early and shut Jefferson down. I think they'll be good.
Lipsy, shotgun snap again. That time it's a give to Papin, and he was getting smacked. And he got brought down to about the 5-yard line. On the tackle that time, Joel Watts for the Jayhawks. And so far, it is very early in this game, but Cedar Rapids has been showing off their defense.
Yeah. It's a good start for them. They haven't had the best of seasons, let's say, but I think so far, if they can set a mood of lockdown defense, they can keep this game close, I think.
In motion was Evan Gray as Lipsy takes the snap, rolls right, still moving, and nobody's getting to him yet. He's still going. Lipsy escapes. He's going to go all the way.
He gone.
Goodbye. Touchdown. Sound the siren. Touchdown, Little Cyclones. Taman Lipsy. What an impressive play. 88 yards. And the Little Cyclones lead early. 3rd and 14 from the 12, and Lipsy takes it all the way for them.
Wow. As we said, first drive can set the tone of the game. And, that may have just done it right there.
Lem Cool will try and put it through the uprights, and it's good. Ames takes an early 7-0 lead. Only 72 seconds into the game. All right. And that'll bring us to a quick break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. Lemcool will kick off for Ames after Lipsy took it 88 yards for an amazing touchdown. Lemcool on the kickoff. It's a squib kick. And the return will come from Dylan Markham, and he's not getting anywhere. All right, that brings the Cedar Rapids Jefferson offense onto the field. We'll have a little intro for Bleets right after this play right here. Carson Bleets, who sets Pope in motion, and he keeps it to himself, and he got pummeled at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring it to 2nd and 9 from the 25, it looks like. So Carson Bleets, this year he's thrown 44 for 93 for 510 yards, no touchdowns and an interception. He's also had -5 rushing yards on the season. Bleets is really going to have to step up his game tonight.
Yeah, he will have to step up his game to a really high level. Stats certainly aren't the best, but if he can make the right decisions, and his team can help him out on the field as well.
Markham on the carry for about 5 yards. And it's 3rd and 4. 5-yard gain. Gets him to the 30. Biogi was on the tackle for the little Cyclones. 9:45 and counting to go in the first. Bleets sets up in the shotgun. Play action as Bleets keeps it to himself, and did he get the first? They're gonna mark him short. 4th and 1 from the 33, and I think you go for it here if you're Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, we looked up earlier, and they have the most punts of any Class 4A team. It's some number in the 40s, I think 43. Yeah, and you don't want to set that kind of mood where it's really close and you want to give the ball back to Ames, as you saw what happened to him on the last drive.
Timeout taken early by Jefferson. Josiah Zizabo was on the field as the quarterback that time. And the timeout's actually going to be from Ames. The referee at first thought it was coming from Jefferson. It will actually be coming from Ames. 4th and 1 from the 33. And, well, so far, we've been seeing a decent effort from Jefferson, but they got to convert right here if they want to keep this going. They got to keep scoring early.
Yeah, they have to put something up on the board early, and I think that's been a real struggle for them, because that's kind of knocked them out of the game. Aim is the real the start of the game. And, as we said earlier, they only average about 8 points a game, which kind of sad, to be honest. But, they're trying their hardest, and if they can convert right here, I think that'll be pretty good for them going forward.
It seems as if they've made an election to punt the ball instead. Cross will be on the punt. Snap was almost too high. Line drive punt from him, and the ball is out, and it's picked up by who got it? I think Jefferson did. Jefferson picks it up from the 20. And who got on the fumble recovery? It was tipped by, it looks like, Anthony Davis. I wasn't exactly able to see the number, so that could be wrong. Josiah Zabo jumps on it for Jefferson. And they they barely had to touch the ball and got to the red zone. Excellent start for Jefferson on this drive.
Oh, that was a big break for them right there. If they're able to put some points on the board, they can say that they definitely got away with that one.
Zabo on the carry, and he's still moving. Looks like he got to about the 10. Oh, and he actually got the first down, first and goal from the 8. With 8:22 and counting to go in the first. First and goal from the 8 for Jefferson. Sabo bleats wide out right. It's going to be a give to the right to Markham, who wasn't able to find the edge, and it'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 11, rather. Loss of 3 on the play. Ty Payson was on the tackle that time for the Little Cyclones. Still 2nd and goal. It'll be from the 11. Jefferson really needs to get in the end zone here.
Yeah. They have to, put more than 3 points up on the board to stay in this game.
Zabo on an option, and he didn't get very far. Only a gain of 3 yards, as a matter of fact, to get them back to where they started on this set of downs. Third and goal from the 8. 7:17 and counting to go in the first. And the Jayhawks are trying to get into the end zone right here. This time it's Bleach set up as the quarterback. On a shotgun snap. And a slant pass, no good to Henderson. I don't agree with the strategy of the slant pass near the end zone where there's so many people.
Yeah, that's a bit too risky there. I would have dropped back and see if there was a running lane available after that, or look for somebody in the corner of the end zone.
Cross from 25 yards out will try and kick it in. Kick is up. Was it? It was good, just barely. It gets through the uprights, and Jefferson's first score is a field goal from Cross from 25 yards out. It's a little surprising. 6:49 to go in the first, and that just barely made it.
Yeah, that just barely cleared the bar there, and it was almost blocked by one of the Ames coming around from the kicker's right side. So overall, not bad for Jefferson, able to get some points on the board, but they got to be able to keep this up through the whole game if they want to contest with Ames, I think.
So after a golden opportunity to get a touchdown, after a touched football on the return that he wasn't ready for, Jefferson's not able to capitalize, but at least they got the field goal. Cross will be on the kickoff for Jefferson. Evan Gray and Derek Papin on the return. Line drive kick, and it's going to be Papin who gets his hands on it. Papin on the right side. He found the edge, but was only able to get to about the 25-yard line. Markham forced him out of bounds for Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and we'll see the magic man himself, Taman Lipsy, and the Ames offense back onto the field with 6:42 to go in the first. They'll start from the 20, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Well, if first drive was good, if they can replicate that, that would be, I think, the perfect first half of the first quarter for Ames.
Lipsy with 2 receivers on his right and his left. Shotgun snap, and somebody might have stepped off early. No call from the refs. Play clock is down to 4. They got to snap the ball quickly. Timeout was taken from Ames. They weren't aware of the play clock. And now we are not even halfway through the first quarter with just 6:41 to go in the first. And Ames has already used 2 of their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, that's not ideal, let's just say, but there's still a long way to go in the half, and You know, they gotta be a little bit more aware of the play clock now. You know, you almost got to delay a game there, but no matter, I think they'll rebound from this just as they usually do.
6:41 to go in the first. And well, at this point, like we saw from the last offensive drive, Cedar Rapids Jefferson's got to be able to stop Lipsy, as he was able to take it all the way to the house from only the 12-yard line of their own territory. There's going to be some real work for this Cedar Rapids Jefferson defense to do tonight.
Yeah, they have a very tall task set ahead of them, and you know, Lipsy, I think here you want to try and maybe stick to the run game and then open up the pass game a little bit, so then it's, I guess, more unexpected. But granted, I'm not the one making the play calls, so I have no authority over that.
Here's Lipsy in the gun. Phillips moves to the left before the snap is taken. Lipsy rolls left as well, and that is Stevens, who wasn't able to haul it in. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20. 6:37 to play in the first. Play clock down to 16. 2 receivers to the left of Lipsy. Papin in the backfield. Phillips once again in motion. To give to Papin, he runs up the middle and got what looks like about 5 yards. Sabo managed to get the tackle that time for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. He got 3 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 from the 23, 6:17 and counting to go in the first. So Sabo, who was quarterback for Cedar Rapids Jefferson for some plays and a tackler here, can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. You know, he's got to contribute on both ends of the ball.
Lipsy awaits in the pocket for an open man. He completes to not able to see who that is. It looks like Evan Gray. Not enough for the first down. It's 4th and 5 from the 25. We have an injured player on the field from Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Can't quite tell who it is.
Me neither.
Have to see if they can get a look at the number.
We're still not able to see who that is injured. Well, we'll take a quick break in light of the injury. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It was number 29 for Cedar Rapids Jefferson, Joel Watts, on the injury. Our prayers do go out to him. We hope he's doing okay.
It's quite a long time he was down on the field there.
Lipsy on the punt. On the return for Jefferson, it will be Melvin, who does not get very far. And now Jefferson's offense heads back onto the field. Drew Peterson and Jack White brought him down on the tackle. It's 1st and 10 from the 39 for the Jayhawks. 7-3, 5:26 to go in the first. It'll be Bleets, who is the quarterback as of right now for Jefferson. Jefferson, he sets Pope in motion. He flips it to Pope. Can he find the edge? No, he cannot. Looks like only a gain of about 3, 4, maybe even 5 yards as the clock ticks down to 5:10 and counting to go in the first. Evan Gray and DeAndre Isaac brought him down. 2nd and 5 from the 44. Score is still 7-3. Jefferson with a chance. They could take the lead with a touchdown on this drive. We'll see what they can do. Bleets keeps it to himself. And looks like he got to about the 48 or 49-yard line. 3rd and 2. Jack White was on the tackle at the 47-yard line. Clock ticks down to 4.5 to play in the first. It'll once again be Bleets in the shotgun. Only Markham with him. Decide to give it to Markham. He's going to escape. He's still moving. Markham. Only Gray could take him down. He got to him inside the 5. What a run by Markham. Evan Gray managed to take him down. A gain of 37 yards. What a play. 1st and 4 from the 4. Excellent run.
Yeah, that was fantastic run, but I think Gray did a great job to save a touchdown there.
And there's an indirect snap. Not getting anywhere. Trying to see who the player was. Having a hard time getting up. Wasn't able to see who that was. Clock is down to 3:15 and counting to play in the first. It's 2nd and goal from the 2. It'll be Zabo once again on the snap. He runs it up himself. Did he get to the end? Wait,
looked like
the ball is out. And who's got it? Did he get to the end zone as well? We have people from Cedar Rapids Jefferson sideline saying he got to the end zone. We'll have to see what the call will be. No. Ames. Jefferson with a golden opportunity to score spoils it with Ames gaining a fumble recovery.
Wow. Well, we saw the initial pile up, and then we saw a couple of the Jefferson players going in, and that kind of signaled that the ball was loose. And they were wrestling for it there. And now Ames has kind of got their back up against the wall, considering they're on their own 2-yard line. They got to get out of there without, conceding a safety or whatnot.
On the 1-yard line, rather. 1st and 10. Ames from the first. 2:52 to play in the first. And Both times Cedar Rapids Jefferson has a golden opportunity to get a touchdown. Ames manages to stop them. Cedar Rapids Jefferson was not letting them get anywhere. Not exactly able to see who the player was. Lipsy, it seems like it was Lipsy with a quarterback sneak. He didn't get anywhere. 2nd and 10 from the 1. You know, I just thought about the potential for a safety for Jefferson.
Yeah, that's what they've got to be thinking. It's how can I make sure that I don't get tackled in the end zone, because that would, first off, that would give 2 points to Jefferson, and it would give him the ball back in essence.
Lipsy takes a snap from the end zone. He keeps it himself, and he's still running.
Oh,
Damon Lipsy again. He's got followers, and not the type you see on Instagram, folks. He takes it to the house again. 99 yards. Are you kidding me? Damon Lipsy, the Sonic Man.
Wow.
If you blink, you'll miss him, folks. What a play.
Wow. I mean, we said that the first time, but I mean, this one was even more impressive. He got free about the 20-yard line, and he never looked back. And Ames, they've got 2 rushing touchdowns of over 80 yards in the first quarter. That's something you don't see every day.
Lemcool sweeps it through the uprights, and we've got an 11-point game, 14-3 lead for the little Cyclones after a 99-yard run from Damon Lipsy. Damon Lipsy ripping this defense apart. We'll see how much more Cedar Rapids Jefferson can handle after the break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And welcome back into it, folks. 2:01 to play in the first. Lipsy just had a 99-yard touchdown run. And now Lemcool on the kickoff for the little Cyclones. Another squib kick. And it'll be fielded by Pope. Tries to run up the middle. Got to about the 25. He practically took 3 or 4 guys with him on the way there. 1:52 to play in the first. 1st and 10, Jayhawks have it at their own 25. They got to get things going. They missed 2 golden opportunities to score a touchdown. They really can't afford to keep doing that if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, absolutely right. They got to be able to capitalize, because right now this could be a completely different ball game if Jefferson had scored those 2 touchdowns.
Oh, and it's a flea flicker, and the catch is made. Pope on the trickery, and nobody's able to bring him down. Touchdown, Cedar Rapids Jefferson. What a strike back from the Jayhawks. 1:40 to play in the first, and a 75-yard touchdown pass to, why am I blanking out on the name? Markham, right? Or was it Pope?
I think it was Pope there. Wow. I mean, what just happened?
A flea flicker, my good friend. That's what just happened.
That's what happened, but I mean, we've gotten a couple touchdowns within a couple minutes. That's
3 touchdowns in the
impressive.
first quarter alone between these 2 teams. Oh, and it was deflected, but did it get in?
Oh,
holy
hit the
buckets,
bar.
ladies and gentlemen. It hit the bottom of the uprights and somehow doinked its way in.
Wow.
It's only the first quarter. So much unpredictable stuff has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're in for a great game tonight.
Oh. We've got ourselves a heck of a game so far.
We're going to have a little bit of everything. Oh, I wish you could see the smile on my face, but unfortunately there's a big cloth mask in front of it.
Yeah, please stay safe. That's just word of advice. Stay safe.
Oh, man. I can't believe what I just saw. A flea flicker. That's something you don't see very much in high school football.
Yeah. I saw him pass it, and no, I thought he was going to get tackled right around the 15-yard line or so, and Pope was able to break through that, and into the end zone he went.
Yes, I think it was either Winnie Conniff, or Mario Napolitano who just wasn't able to take him down. And now here comes the kickoff from Cross. Sprinting out onto the field also is Nathan Harms.
Yeah,
and we got a flag on the field.
That's too many men.
Too many men on the field.
Yep.
Oh, that's some miscommunication right there.
I was counting right up down the line, counting them in threes there, and I got to the end, and I noticed there were 10 in the kicker, and then the guy coming on. So they're gonna probably just back up the kickoff spot here. Not sure how that happened, but or they were up past the kicking spot.
Apparently so, but they also had too many men on the field.
It looked like they had too many men because one of them was sprinting over. I don't know.
Proper miscommunication.
Looks like they're good now. Maybe they had only 10 and had to bring on 11. I thought it was too many on there. Apparently, maybe I'm the one who can't count right now, but I do know that the score is 14-10.
Take two from Cross, and it's a line drive kick fielded by Gray at about the 5, or Papin rather. And he is still going, got it to about the 30. And that's where Ames will start. So it'll be 1st and 10. Lipsy, it seems like all he's got to do is give the ball to himself, and he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been able to get good blocking, and he's been able to get those wide channels of running space to go up, and it's been working. So don't be surprised if they try to do that again.
Got to keep doing what works when it comes to the game of football. Lipsy on a shotgun snap, 2 receivers to his left. Still moving. Oh, are we going to have this again, ladies and gentlemen? No, we are not. That time they managed to force Lipsy out. He wasn't able to get the edge. That'll bring it to 2nd and 7 from the 33. 3-yard gain. .123 now to play in the first. Cedar Rapids Jefferson. It would be huge for Cedar Rapids Jefferson specifically if they could get a stop right here.
Yeah. That would give him the ball back, and it would give him a potential chance to either take the lead or close this game to a 1-point margin.
Lipsy awaits in the pocket. There's a flag on the play. We're going to have to see.
Looks like a false start.
It's on Ames. That's going to bring the ball back. That's unfortunate.
Well, Carter, we know both offenses have been hot, but something that isn't hot is the temperature right now. It's quite chilly outside.
2nd and 12 from the 28. Here's Lipsy. Oh, and I could have sworn it was Markham who stepped off a little early for Jefferson. It's just Lipsy receiving some communication from the sideline. Play clock down to 5, so he better hurry up with the snap. Phillips in motion. Finally takes it. And he's keeping it to himself, and he's rolling out right, and the pass is no good. No one out there for him, and it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 29. Clock rolls down to 50 seconds to go in the first. So once again, it's 3rd down. But it's been 3rd down before, and every single time it's been 3rd down, Lipsy was able to do a little something special. We'll see if that happens right here.
Might want to buy a lottery ticket tonight if this happens again.
Lipsy, it is going to be a keeper. And, oh my word, are we going to have this again?
Yep.
What else are we used to at this point, folks? Come on, baby. And he avoids the tackle, takes it all the way. Sound the siren, touchdown, little Cyclones. Taman Lipsy. We may as well expect it at this point. He was able to just barely slip the tackle from Kapongo. That would have been at about the 12-yard line. And Ames back up by 10. They'll be back up by 11 if extra point can be good from Lemcool.
My goodness, you called that one. You certainly called that one right there.
Folks, despite my prediction of that play, I do not consider myself to be a soothsayer, fortune teller, anything that predicts the future. That was simply luck. I humbly admit that. I'm not about to go try and blow all my money on betting on sporting events. That's not a wise decision, despite apparently how good I've been at it tonight.
Despite the very tempting nature it brings.
Who knows, when I'm old enough, I could go to Vegas, you know, get me a few chips. But for now, we've got a game to call. 37 seconds to play in the first. Pope and Melvin back for the return for Jefferson. And Lemcool is going to be on the kick. Squib kick once again from Lemcool. It's fielded by Markham. And he got to about the 29.
You see what Markham did there? Pushed one of his own eyes into one of the Ames defenders, trying to set a block. Didn't get much farther downfield after that.
I wasn't able to see that.
Oh, I mean, sure, he thought it would be some mastermind plan in his head. Didn't quite go the way that he would have wanted to, of course.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 29. 3 receivers to the left for Bleats. And it's Bleats keeps it to himself and tosses it really quick to Markham, to Pope rather, and he's still going. Pope to about the inside the 45 of Ames territory. It doesn't seem like either Ames or Jefferson can stop the opposite team's offense.
Yeah, and it's almost all been running, as we noticed, except for the touchdown that Jefferson had. But all the offenses come mainly from people who set in the backfield. Very interesting.
So this time it's a give to Markham, and he's still moving, and he got to inside the 40 to about the 37, looks like. And time is going to expire for the first quarter. And how about that, folks? What a whimsical first quarter we had in this first round playoff game between Jefferson and Ames. We had a flea flicker, and their extra point just barely boinked in. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break and be right back. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We're into the second quarter of this first round playoff game. 2nd and 2 from the 37 in Ames territory for the Cedar Rapids Jefferson offense, who has had a great start to their drive so far. And we'll see if they can continue it. We've had a great start to this game thus far, as a matter of fact.
Wow, yeah. I think that's an understatement because we've had an incredible start to the game, no less. It's been really fun to watch.
Sabo on a quarterback keep, and he's got the first and more. Was the ball out? I don't believe so. But what a run from Jefferson. Sabo specifically, and it's 1st and 10 from the 32. Gain of 5 on the play, and it's 11:49 to play in the second. And we're already having a very active game.
Yeah, no kidding. We've seen just about everything, but I'm sure there's a lot more left for this game to give us.
Bleats on a shotgun snap. It's a flicker once again to Kapango. Kapango got tackled at about the line of scrimmage, so that wasn't a successful run very much, unfortunately. Evan Gray was on the tackle that time for Ames. It's 2nd and 9 from the 31, a gain of 1 on the play. And they got to keep the ball moving. We'll see if they can. I formation with Markham in the backfield. Awaiting in the backfield, and the pass is no good. And Cedar Rapids Jefferson mad about the fact that there was no call on the play. They thought that there was a little pass interference right there. I didn't see it.
He was never going to get that, I don't think. He was overthrown by about, 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, there was no way he was hauling that in. I think that's the right call from the refs.
Yeah, right call, but Ames, you gotta avoid situations like that. You don't want to get a situation like that and get flagged and then have Jefferson have the ball in the red zone.
3rd and 9 from the 31. Bleats of the shotgun snap. He awaits in the pocket. And he's going to pass to a wide open Melvin inside the 20. And that's going to be a 1st down for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Wow. Braden Bielner was on the tackle, but are you kidding me? Melvin was wide open. There was nobody in sight defending him.
Yeah. I'm not sure how he got so open, but nonetheless, it'll be a 1st down for Jefferson. It'll be another good chance for them to put some more points on the board.
Bleats keeps it to himself. Makes a little bit of a spin move and got inside the 15. He was tackled by Biogi that time. 2nd and 8 from the 14, only a gain of 2. Clock runs down to 10.5 to play in the second. Multiple red zone possessions for Jefferson so far, but we got to see if they're able to capitalize with a touchdown here. They really need that.
Yeah, they do need a touchdown. They need to be able to cut that lead from 11 back down to 4. And, if they're able to do so, looks like they want to think over it before they try it out.
So a timeout from Jefferson. They have 2. Ames has 1 left. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. It's 21-10, 10:07 to play in the second. 2nd and 8 from the 14 of Ames territory, and Cedar Rapids Jefferson has the ball. Close to the end zone, but they're not in yet. We'll see if they can get there. Bleets with a give up the middle, and it's going to be an escape by Markham from the defenders, but he was not able to get the first down. Wait, was he?
It's very close.
They're saying he was on the scoreboard, but I'm not sure if he did. They are. They're going to measure it. Yep. We'll see. Oh, it's looking like they're going to be short. From this view right here, it is looking like they are going to just barely be short, or maybe not.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nope.
He's there.
It. Wow.
Wow, by probably like an inch, maybe even a centimeter, he got there.
Yeah, wow. So it'll be 1st and goal for Jefferson here.
So it's 1st and goal from the 6.
Look out for Bleets. He's on the right side of the formation.
Zabo is going to take the snap instead. We got a flag. I think they're calling a false start.
Got that
yes,
right?
That's going to be on Jefferson. That's going to bring him back 5 yards. Detrimental when they're in this type of a position.
Yeah. Unfortunate penalty, but it shouldn't deter from them too much. You know, they've been all right through the red zone. They've been able to put some points up, but they just haven't been able to, capitalize. We mentioned earlier how they fumbled it on the 1-yard line. Then it was run 99 yards for a touchdown on 3 plays later by Ames.
So here's Zabo. Nobody defend, and Sabo is basically, he had a potential to go a little farther, but thankfully for Ames, Evan Gray was able to get there, and he only got to 2nd and 5 from the 5. Bleets was wide open on the right, and I'm not sure why he didn't try and do a fade route to him.
Well, I mentioned just a couple plays earlier, but it was only 1 play earlier considering the flag. Look out for Bleets. They're going to maybe go to him.
Bleets, Zabo going to keep it himself and get to the end zone after 3 red zone possessions. Finally, on their 3rd one, they managed to get a touchdown. And it was a 5-yard run from Bleets. And Jacob Cross is going to be on the extra point attempt for Jefferson. Cross. That's good. 21-17. And early into the game, we've got ourselves a shootout. We'll have to see if that continues after this break. Keep right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We forgot to mention earlier that Taman Lipsy broke the all-time record on that 99-yard in the school record, on that 99-yard run that he had earlier in the 1st quarter. Once again, Taman Lipsy just continues to impress.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been incredible. And the fact is he's still got another year under his belt, and that'll just be an even brighter future for Ames.
Cross on the kick. Papin on the return, and so far he's getting somewhere, and he was pushed out of bounds at about the 35. Now, this is where Jefferson has really got to come up with a strategy to stop Lipsy, because so far Lipsy has just been tearing them up.
He has been, you know. I think he's run all 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, at least 80 yards. And, you know, the first thing is they got to get to him, and they haven't really accomplished that yet.
Lipsy, oh, that's going to be a costly mistake. That was unfortunate. False start. It seemed as if they were trying to put, I couldn't see who that was, but
I think that
was it Evan Gray perhaps? It looks like Evan Gray, either Evan Gray or Anthony Davis. Just went way too early. That's going to cost Ames. 1st and 15 from the 29.
Anthony Davis, actually, number 16 for the little Cyclones.
Lipsy, Papin right with him in the backfield. It's a give to Papin, and he's not getting anywhere. What an effort from Cedar Rapids Jefferson on the defense. It was Bleets and Jamar Taylor, or Zabo and Jamar Taylor. I keep mixing up Bleets and Zabo because they're both quarterbacks, but what an effort from the big man, Jamar Taylor. When you have a 6-foot, 350-pound senior who can do stuff like that, some effective plays can be made on defense.
Absolutely, you know. Good. Just like you said, effective plays. They've been able to stop Papin, but they haven't been able to stop Lipsy yet.
Pass over the middle. It's Phillips. He's got the first down and more. Into the secondary. Inside the 45. 7:55 to play in the second, and Phillips comes up huge for a fantastic, I believe that should have been either 45 or 55 yards.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice play right there. Phillips wide open over the middle. He was able to take a couple guys with him, get a few extra yards on that second effort.
And here's Lipsy. Papin was in motion, and a timeout was taken by Ames. That's their last of the half. 7.5 to go in this half, and they decided to take their final timeout early.
I can't really explain that one. You know, you don't have timeouts to potentially go down the field with, say, you know, a minute left, but I'm sure, you know, they've been calm, cool, and collected so far. Granted, they have made a couple mistakes here and there, but overall, they've performed quite well to start.
Well, thus far, we've seen quite a shootout, and it's surprising because Jefferson actually usually does not score 17 points in ever.
No. We mentioned that they averaged 8 points a game coming into tonight. And they have basically double that right now at 17. So good on them for scoring, but it also says that Ames defense might need to just work a little bit more to shut them down, but overall they've been doing quite well.
Lipsy alone in the backfield. And he's going to run it himself, and he wasn't able to get the edge. I think he tripped on himself, rather, at about the 40. Capongo actually managed to get to him, and it's 2nd and 10 from the 43. No gain, no loss. Clock continues to move down to 7 minutes to play in the second. Lipsy, 2 receivers on his right and his left. He's alone in the backfield again. He sets Papin in motion. Almost hit him on a jet sweep. Instead, he keeps it to himself and gets only to about the 40-yard line. A gain of maybe about 3 or 2. 3rd and 8 from the 41. It was a gain of 2. This is where usually the defense of Jefferson is not able to capitalize. This is where we usually have a touchdown run from Lipsy.
You hinting at another one, my friend?
Who knows? That could be the case right here. Right now, we'll see what happens. Lipsy alone in the backfield. He's going to wait in the pocket, and he's going to, oh, what a spin move. But did he get the first down? I think he might have been short.
He was very close to that first down. Might have been about a half a yard short. As you could he was stumbling backwards, but he was just trying to keep going forward.
You definitely go for it right here if you're Ames.
Yeah, you got basically nothing to lose. Basically nothing to lose here. And, you know, again, as you mentioned, 3rd down has kind of been the Achilles heel for Jefferson with the run game of Ames tonight. And it's actually going to be 4th and 2 instead.
Lipsy fakes it to Papin on a jet sweep, and was Lipsy there? He might have been short. He might have gotten there. We're going to have to see. Might have to bring out the measurement, actually. They're looking that way as if they're going to need to look at the measurement.
No, he didn't get it.
Oh, he didn't get it. What an effort from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. And with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the second quarter, Jefferson has definitely got themselves an opportunity right here to take their very first lead of the game.
Yeah, heck of a stop there. I mean, not a bad effort from Ames. I don't think you really lose anything there because I would think you would get the ball back at least once before halftime, considering there's just over 5 minutes left to play. So overall, situation's okay.
Bleats on a backwards toss to Kapongo. And Berkheimer was able to get to him. He basically didn't get anywhere. Loss of 1 yard, as a matter of fact. 2nd and 11. From the 33, that doesn't make sense. It should be the 35. If he lost 1 yard, the 34 is where they started.
They're in their own territory, that's why.
Okay. Here's Bleats again. Sabo moves a little bit more to the sideline before the snap is taken. Bleats with enough time in the pocket. What a hit. Melvin paid the price after the reception. That was Bielner who managed to have an aggressive tackle right there, and it's 3rd and 11 from the 33. It would be a shame for Jefferson if they weren't able to take advantage of the turnover from Ames.
Yeah, definitely would feel like another missed opportunity, but, you know, still got a whole another half of football to play, and so I think they'll be okay going forward.
All right, and here's Bleats. Awaits in the pocket, fires downfield. Oh, and he makes the pass complete to Melvin. And is anybody going to get to him? No, we are not. Goodbye, touchdown. Jefferson has their first lead of the game with 4:16 to play in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
A 67-yard completion. What an effort. Melvin, it was just too easy for him.
Yeah, he was wide open, and the Jefferson blocker there didn't quite see the last Ames tackler. Couldn't see who that was, and they almost got him down at about the 10-yard line. But overall, wow. 3rd downs, man, they seem to be quite exciting tonight.
They're going to call on sportsmanlike conduct on Jefferson. That brings their PAT back a little bit.
who do they call it on? Because
I'm not sure.
if you get 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, I think you get kicked out. At least in higher levels of football, that's the case.
So he'll kick it from the 18. The kicker from Jefferson is Jacob Cross. Tries to kick it from the 18. 4:16 to play in the second for the PAT. Cross, the kick is up, and it's in there. Cross gives Jefferson a 3-point lead. We have a shootout so far, ladies and gentlemen. Only one team can move on, and it's not necessarily clear as of right now who that will be. We'll have to see what happens next after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. Cedar Rapids gains their first lead of the game off of a wonderful completion to Melvin. 24-21, 4:16 to go in the second. Cross on the kickoff for the Jayhawks. Line drive kick fielded by Papin at about the 5. And he's getting the edge, but he's not going to be able to get very far. Only got to the 30. Flag is down.
I'll bet you that we're going to see either an illegal block in the back or a holding.
Yep, they're going to get him on the illegal block against Ames. 24-21, 4:08 to play in the second. Oh, that's not good for Ames. That brings them all the way back to their own 10. First and 10 from the 10-yard line for Ames with 4:08 to go in the second. And we'll see if they can get a little something going before halftime. Lipsy. Phillips moves a little bit to the right before the snap is taken. It's a give to Papin. And Papin, with a good run, he got about 8 yards, it looked like. That'll bring it to second and 2 from the 18. Clock is stopped at 4:02 to play in the second. Here's Lipsy. Shotgun snap. Fires to the left to Mr. Anthony Davis, who makes the grab for the first down for the little Cyclones. Brings the clock down to 3:56 to play in the second. It was actually Evan Gray. Braden Heidemann on the tackle for Jefferson. Clock continues to move down to 3:45 to play in the second. 1st and 10 from the 25. Ames still in their own territory. Evan Gray in motion. Lipsy awaits in the pocket. Over the middle of the field, it was almost picked off by the junior Justin Burnett, number 34. He almost got his hands on it. That would have been bad for Ames.
Ames dodged a bullet right there. But, you know, you don't know how many more rounds are left in the caliper, so they gotta make sure that they don't put themselves in that situation again.
So 3:29 to play in the second. Clock is stopped there. It's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lipsy with 2 receivers out to his right. Phillips already in motion. Lipsy rolls out right. Has to find somebody, and he instead is going to keep it to himself. Dragging him out of bounds was Dylan Markham. And that'll bring it to 3rd and 8, it looks like, from the 27. 3:21 to play in the second. Now, usually, this is where Lipsy takes it all the way to the house in this game, but perhaps since Jefferson already broke the trend last time, they can keep that going.
Never know. Old trends can be revived, but we would hope for that to happen. Let's see what happens.
Here's Lipsy on a keeper. He is going to decide to run, and he took a few guys with him, but that was not a first down. Did not get there, but they will likely go for it nevertheless. 4th and 2 from the 33, still in their own territory as a timeout, or not a timeout. Not able to see what that was about. Oh, we have an injured player.
Another Jefferson player.
I wasn't able to. I'm not able to see who that is. I'm especially not able to see who it is with these Ames players right here.
If they could just move out of the way, that would be nice. But of course, they wouldn't listen to us.
We're not able to see the situation.
You would hope that it wasn't the same player from before, Joel Watts.
Looks like he's staying down. I think that, there we go, he's getting up. It was Justin Burnett who almost came up with the interception earlier in this drive.
Looks like he's all right.
Just a little shake it up. That's all. But he gets back up on his feet just fine. And they're going to actually punt it instead.
I think this is probably the more appropriate situation to punt, because if you give the ball up, you're giving it up in your own territory, rather close to the end zone. But I don't know. Do you think they'd try to run a fake?
I don't know. Maybe they would. We're going to find out right now. No fake. Instead, it'll be fielded by Melvin, who is still going after avoiding a few tackles, but was not able to get very far. He stayed at about the 20-yard line. .235 to play in the second. Frank Biogi was on the tackle that time for Ames. Cedar Rapids Jefferson will have it from their own 20. With a 3-point lead over the little Cyclones. Just outside 2.5 to play in the second. A chance for a 10-point lead going into the second half.
That would be very nice for Jefferson if they were able to get that. I think the last thing you want to do is give the ball up right now with 2.5 minutes to go.
It's Bleets. He keeps it to himself. Did not get very far. Clock continues to move down to 2:25 to play in the second. It's going to be 2nd and 4 from the 26. A 6-yard gain on that play. Ty Payson was on the tackle for the little Cyclones. Clock still moving down to 2:08 to play in the second. 2nd and 4 from the 26. And Bleets is going to give the ball up the middle to Markham. And he's got the first down. 1:55 to play in the second. Plenty of time for Jefferson to get down the field and perhaps score right here.
Yeah, they also saved their 2 timeouts, so Ames can't do anything to stop the clock from rolling.
Carson Bleets in the shotgun, a receiver to his right and to his left. And it's going to be a give to Markham again. Carried a few guys with him on the way to the 40-yard line, still in their own territory. And actually, as a matter of fact, he gained 9 on that play. 2nd and 1 to the 41-yard line. It's going to be Bleets, 2 receivers to his left this time. And a receiver to his right. It's another give to Markham. No, it's a keeper to Bleets. And he got the first down easily to about the 45, still in their own territory. Clock rolls down to just 1:01 to go in the second. And it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 45 for Jefferson. And the clock will actually move down, 57 seconds to go.
How far do you want to push it in terms of, trying to get some points out of this? I think you got to get at least 2 plays in. And you got to get it a little bit further downfield. And
Bleets incomplete over the middle to Kapongo on the slant. Clock is stopped at 40 seconds to go in the second.
Good job from Taman there to break up the pass, doing his work on both sides of the ball.
Jayhawks have it at their own 45. It's 2nd and 10. So here's Bleets. Yellow, black, that's what he's yelling. Steps up, rolls left, passes downfield, and it's too far for Zabo. Would have been fantastic, but just overthrew him, and a timeout is, nope, no timeout, never mind.
Clock should stop on an incomplete pass, I'm not sure.
Rather, it is Phil Townsend who was holding his left abdomen on his way off the sideline. Trainers near him right now on the sideline. Play is going to continue. It's 3rd and 10 from the 45. Clock is down to 34 seconds to go in the second. And here's Bleets. Setting Pope in motion. And it's a give to Markham. And he's still going to run. And he got the first down to the 40. And he got to the plus side of the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 41 for Jefferson. Clock is still moving down to 20 seconds to go. You might have to spike this real quick. Or call a timeout, something rather.
This could be the last play of the half, although I don't anticipate.
Bleeds down the field and way too overthrown. Intended receiver was Pope. And 9 seconds left in the first half. And they might just go for the jackpot right here.
It's either that or you try and get a pass play, get it out of bounds, I would say around maybe the 28-yard line, 30-yard line or so. And then you might be able to try a field goal from there.
A timeout is called. Second of the half for Jefferson. They still have 1 timeout, so you potentially have time to really quickly get it downfield and then call a timeout very quickly and potentially try a field goal Not exactly sure. There's a few options for this, and I'm not exactly sure what the right call is in this situation.
You know, I think what you got to do is advance your field position, but you got to make sure that you don't take too much time doing it if you don't score a touchdown here. If you don't score a touchdown and you have a couple seconds left, you can try a field goal. Oh, and I think those are really the two options that Jefferson has. You know, run 2 plays or run a play and then kick a field goal, or go for it all.
We'll have to see. It's 2nd and 10 from the 41. Jefferson is on the plus side of the field, so it's not like they have it's not like they're from the opposite side of the field and trying to get a touchdown right here. But Taman Lipsey did that earlier in this game.
2nd and 10 for Jefferson at the Ames 41.
Can Bleach do it from about halfway? Bleach on a shotgun. Drops back, awaits in the pocket. He rolls right. And he's going to air it downfield for the end zone. And the pass, was that caught? Are you kidding me?
Well,
With 2 men around him. The pass was caught by Sabo for an unbelievable Cedar Rapids Jefferson touchdown. What an amazing touchdown. 44 yards.
wow.
Wow, what a way to end the half
Yeah.
for Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Yeah, that was an incredible catch. I mean, he had 2-3 guys defending him there, and he still was able to scrape it out from the small gap there, and that's not what Ames wanted.
Cross splits the uprights, and it's a 31-21 game going into the locker rooms.
End of the first half, Jefferson 31, Ames 20.
Wow, 31-21 will be your final score going into the half. And Ames has got to do something in order to try and recover from what that was right there. And this has so far been a shootout from both teams, really.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the defense breached quite a bit. That's why we've got such a high-scoring game, and the offense has been going quite well. And we've seen both teams really go off on each other so far. First quarter it was Ames, second quarter it was Jefferson. So we're in for a pretty good second half, and I hope the second half lives up to the expectation that it was set by the first half.
And we will have to see what happens. We've had a shootout so far in this first round playoff game. Who will prevail and move on to Southeast Polk for a chance to play in the Unidome? We'll find out in the second half. Until the second half, keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. As we enter the second half, it'll be 21-31. Jefferson on top of the little Cyclones. Carter White alongside Ryan Eggert. Well, we've had a shootout so far, partner, and the last 10 points were scored by Jefferson, of course, off of a walk-off touchdown to go into the locker rooms from Jefferson. What are we going to need to see from Ames, who, by the way, is going to have to start off by giving this ball to Jefferson?
Yeah, they got to get defensive stops. They got to shut the run game down. They've had trouble this year shutting it down. And they haven't established too much of a passing game. We've seen some good passes, but they haven't been, extraordinarily long and extremely successful. But, I think if we see more of the same, Ames just needs to be able to make some good stops, and I think that'll be the key to hopefully get back into this game.
All right. We're ready for the second half. 24 more minutes to determine the winner, who will go on to play at Southeast Polk for a chance at the state tournament. Lemcool on a squib kick. He's famous for that tonight, especially. Oh, and wasn't much to be done for, who is that? I'm not able to see. That was Markham on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar Rapids Jefferson on their own 35. All right, so 11:53 to play in the third now, and Ames has got to get a stop here. Don't want to give Jefferson any more.
Got that right.
Bleats. It's going to be a give. A give to Markham, I believe. Yep, a give to Markham. And Biogi was on the tackle that time for Ames, and he gets a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 38. 11 and a half and counting to go in the third. Can't allow much more yards than what they're given right now from Ames.
Nope. Gotta shut him down at the start of the half and keep shutting him down.
Another give to Markham, and he is not gonna even get close. Only got probably a gain of only 2 on that play. Yes, 3rd and 5 from the 40 after a gain of 2 from Markham. Clock moves down to 11 minutes and counting to go in the third. This is where Ames needs to really put a stop to Jefferson's success right here and make something special happen on an offensive drive after this. Bleats awaits in the pocket, fires over the middle, pass is incomplete, and a flag is thrown. I don't agree with that call at all. They're going to call pass interference. Oh, that cannot be. That cannot be right. That cannot be right.
He wasn't even going to catch the ball. That ball was.
It'll be 1st and 10 from Jefferson. I do not usually get amped up about sports, but that call was absolute horseradish, folks. 1st and 10 from the 45 now for Jefferson.
Oh.
That was just ludicrous. I can't believe the ref made that type of a call.
There's no way that was pass interference. It was just a bad throw, and yeah, they did bump into each other, but the ball was long gone.
Bleats on a strong toss, and it's going to be to Pope. I think he might have even gotten the first down. No, he's just short. 2nd and 1? No, 2nd and 3 from the 38. And I'm still sitting here. I cannot believe the ref made that type of call. I cannot believe that still.
Yeah, bad. That's a bad call.
And no room for Markham to go. Ames defense makes him pay the price. And that pass interference call might have been all for nothing for Jefferson.
Oh, there was a player, and there's a player down for Jefferson.
Uh-oh, Markham, the man who has been making plays for Cedar Rapids Jefferson all night, is currently down.
Wow. Well, he tried to like get up, but he immediately went back down. So this could be a decent blow for Jefferson.
We'll take a quick break off the injury. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. It's 3rd and 4 from the 39 of Ames territory for Jefferson. Here's Bleets in the shotgun. Sets Pope in motion as per usual. And this time it's a give to the person who's going to be replacing the running back position for now, Justin Burnett. And he did not get the first down there. They bring it down to 4th and 2 from the 37. Another injury.
Another one. Jeez.
That's 4 injuries tonight for Jefferson.
Trying to figure out who that is. I believe.
Oh, no.
That I might be mistaken, but that could be Terrence Woods. The 5'11", 220-pound junior.
I don't mean to jinx anything or get superstition involved in anything, but is this potentially karma for the pass interference? I don't mean to start anything.
I don't know if I can give you an accurate answer onto that. I wouldn't think so. You know, they're just playing aggressively, and sometimes these things happen, as it was indeed Terrence Woods that was down on the field. He's getting off the field on his own power with a little bit of limp on his left leg.
Jefferson massacred with 2 injuries on the same exact drive, and 9:49 and counting to play in the 3rd. And I think they are, as a matter of fact, sending out the punting team to give this back to the Little Cyclones. Yes, it's going to be Jacob Cross on the punt. 9.5 and counting to go in the 3rd, and play clock is going to run down. He just barely got off the snap. It's going to be Lipsy on the return. And they will let it get to the end zone.
Smart play there by Lipsy.
First and 10 from the 20 for the Little Cyclones, and Taman Lipsy and the Little Cyclones have got to start getting something going. They're down by 10, 9:21 to go in the 3rd. It would be ideal for them to score on this drive. It doesn't have to happen, plenty of time, but it would be ideal to score on this drive.
Yeah, I think if you can narrow this to a 1-score game, that'll be probably the best thing you can do.
Lipsy alone in the backfield with 2 receivers on his right and left. Papin in motion. He fakes the jet sweep and continues to run to the left. He got the edge and the first down, and he was swung out of bounds at about the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Little Cyclones. After a 12-yard gain from Lipsy from the they'll be from the 32. 9:13 to play in the 3rd, and the clock has been stopped there. And Lipsy, on the very first offensive play of this drive, manages to bring Ames some success. A few more plays like that, and the Ames offense can really get rolling. Lipsy moving right. Quick flip to Phillips, and he didn't get much of the, oh no.
Oh, no.
Phillips is slow to get up, but he's finally getting up. Sabo was on the tackle there.
Yeah, he went right down to that knee ankle area, and Phillips went down, but he looks like he should be okay for the moment.
He's definitely shaken up after whatever happened. A little bit, at least.
Yeah.
Lipsy in the shotgun formation. He's got Papin with him in the backfield. He'll flip it over the middle. That's a pass caught by Evan Gray to about midfield. And it'll be a first down for the little Cyclones. Great job. It's going to be a gain of 17. Gets them to the 49-yard line. Still in their own territory as the clock continues to run, down to 8:18 to go in the third. 8:10 to go in the third. 1st and 10. See if Lipsy can do something special.
Got to wait until 3rd down until that happens.
As per usual, Lipsy alone in the backfield as he takes the snap. And he will run it himself and did not get very far.
Oh, he's holding his right arm towards his shoulder. That's not good.
Oh, no. Lipsy is, that's not Lipsy, is it? That is Lipsy. Something's happening with his right shoulder. That's not good. He's going to go to the sideline.
Well.
That's not good at all.
Yeah. Who do you bring in as your QB? And
that's not. If Lipsy is out for the rest of the game, that is not going to be a good sign for Ames whatsoever.
Yeah, that's about the worst thing that could happen is Lipsy going out. But the thing is, who's gonna take his place? That's the thing. You've got Trenton Smith, who started against Indianola, and he did all right. I guess in what I thought was they weren't letting him pass the ball as much as, I don't know, people would have wanted him to, because they just kept trying the running game and it didn't quite work. And that's about. They've got Noah Madsen, a 5'9", 145 junior. He came in at the end of the game, but didn't get too many yards with that. But you don't have too many experienced choices, should you say? And well, you got to do something. Let's see what they're bringing out.
And it is freshman Trenton Smith heading out, who started for Indianola for Ames. 2nd and 6 from the 47. Smith receiving instruction from the sideline. Trenton Smith patiently in the pocket, and he had Phillips. He just dropped the pass. That'll be 3rd and 6 from the 47. That is a frustrating incompletion as a tight end. You just want to get it, but it just wasn't able to be there for him.
I think he would have probably had the first down with that catch there. Or Phillips would have had that first down. And overall, this is another chance for Trenton Smith to prove himself as another superpower to Lipsy.
3rd and 6 from the 47. Smith in the backfield. And he has to scramble to his right. And he's still going, and I think he managed to get the first down.
Let's see.
Or he was just short, one of the two. Burnett forced him out. And it will be 4th down. 4th and 2 from the 43. And what are they going to do?
Gonna
There's
go for
keeping
it?
Smith on the field, which gives me the sign that they're going to be going for it here. Yes, they will. They'll go for it with Smith, 3 receivers on his left. Got to get the first down here. It's essential. Here's Smith. He fires. The pass is caught. Stevens makes the grab, and it's a first down for the Little Cyclones right when they needed it most, and it's 7:22 to play in the third. Clock has been stopped there. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Little Cyclones from the Jefferson 37 after a 6-yard gain.
That was a really good play there. You know, saw Stevens got himself just that bit of separation that he needed to make that catch, and Ames is able to move the chains now.
Lipsey's back on the field. Lipsey is back on the field. Whatever happened earlier was temporary.
You would hope that that wouldn't have lasting effects.
Pabin not allowed anything. Thinks it was Noah Dukes on the tackle. Yes, Noah Dukes and Markham on the tackle. He was excited after that one. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12 from the 39. 6.5 and counting to go in the third. Great play by the Jefferson defense there.
Yeah, good stop there, and no, Lipsey needs to be able to get back on his game now.
Gray still moving. He was hit on the left side, and he managed to get some good yards. He got a gain of, it looks like 11, 3rd and 3 from the 30. Just over 6 minutes and counting to go in the third.
9-yard gain, 3rd and 3 from the 30.
5:55 and counting to go in the third. Here's where Lipsey usually makes a miracle play. Lipsey. He's going to flip it short to Phillips, and he makes a man miss. And did he get the first down? I think he did. Yes, he did. First down for the Little Cyclones. Brought the clock all the way down to 5:34 and counting to go in the third. Sabo managed to get the tackle that time. It's 1st and 10 from the 26 for Ames. And
what's going on?
We might have another injury on our hands, folks.
Another one.
This is just unfortunate. All these injuries. I really feel terrible. Putting aside whose side you're on, it's just terrible, these injuries that have been happening.
My goodness. And can't tell who that is.
It'll be Heidman, who is Brady Heidman, number 28, 180-pound sophomore. These injuries really have been unfortunate, and it's been Jefferson who's been getting plagued by them the most.
Yeah, they've been really on the receiving end of all these bad injuries. You know, Taman had a little bit of a scare there on the last drive, but it wasn't anything major as he's been able to come back into the game. And
yes, Lipsey is the biggest contributor by far to the Ames offense. It would have been nothing short of detrimental if he would have been done for the season right there.
Yeah, that would have made the second round, if they do indeed win tonight, that would have made it exponentially harder against Southeast Polk, which was going to be a difficult match anyways, considering the fact that they're one of the best teams in Class 4A. They're undefeated. They got that bye, so they don't have to play this week. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, winner tonight plays Southeast Polk for a chance at state tournament. So, no, that would have been really bad for Ames had Lipsey been done for the night.
Heidman getting back up on his feet as he is helped off the field by trainers. That is either 5 or 6 injuries for Jefferson tonight.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can say this game has certainly been eventful.
Absolutely.
Sometimes for the right reasons and sometimes for the wrong reasons.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 26 for the Little Cyclones. 5:15 and counting to go in the first. Lipsy sets up in the shotgun. Papin with him in the backfield. 2 receivers on the left. He rolls left. He fires right instead, and it's Phillips with the grab. And Phillips is going to get inside the 5. Phillips, what an excellent spin move, by the way, as you might have been able to see.
Yeah, that was well done by Phillips, and now it's going to be a prime opportunity for Ames to close this to a 1-score game.
1st and 5. 1st and goal from the 5, rather. 4:45 and counting to go in the third. Lipsy takes a shotgun snap. Waits in the backfield, and he's going to let it fly. Catch was made, but I think he was out. He was out.
Oh.
Pass was complete to Evan Gray.
Man, he's been all over the field tonight on the receiving end.
It's actually Joe Flannery who.
Oh, it's Joe Flannery. But nonetheless, Evan Gray has just been doing really well on both sides of the ball tonight. And that was a fantastic effort. He got the toe drag, but I'm not sure whether his left foot stepped out of bounds first, but according to the refs, it did.
Lipsy. And a wide open, that is going to be a touchdown for Ames. Evan Gray, 5-yard touchdown, and the Little Cyclones strike first in the second half after being down by 10.
Wow. Well, we were just talking about Gray, so who knows? That's good karma there. Good karma.
Ames not ready to go home tonight, and so far they're showing it by striking first and striking quickly. And there is a good field extra point from John Lemcool. 4:29 to play in the third. Ames makes it only a 3-point lead for Jefferson. And they're on their way to getting this lead back, potentially even before this third quarter ends. And the kicking team heads out for Ames, including kicker John Lemcool. .429 to play in the third. And we will see what John Lemcool is able to do. Squib kick as per usual from Lemcool. The ball was potentially touched, but it does not matter. Ball is fielded by Markham, who came back onto the field for Jefferson. And it's time for another offensive drive from Jefferson. Ames, really, it would be preferable for them to get a stop right here. Otherwise, Jefferson could go back up by as much as 10, 11 if they wanted to get a 2-point conversion, but that probably won't be necessary.
Yeah, gotta prevent the touchdown. I think you can allow a field goal here because it would still be a 1-score game, but you know it's preferable that you get the stop.
And here is a run, very successful run for 5 yards from, not able to see who that was. Oh, it was Bleach. He kept it to himself. 2nd and 4, a 6-yard gain to the 41-yard line. Graw managed to get the tackle. Clock runs down to 4 minutes to go in the third. And here's Bleats. Bleats looks like he's getting blitzed. And toss it really quickly to Pope, who I believe got the first down. That'll make it 1st and 10 from the 48. And they've brought it to the plus side of the field. 3:41 to play in the 3rd. Got to get a stop here if you're Ames. You have to, or Jefferson could go back up by 10.
Yep. Got to stop him. Got to stop him without letting them score more than 3.
Bleats give to Markham again, and he got about 5 yards, it looked like. Taken down by Townsend. 2nd and 5 from the 43. 3:22 to play in the 3rd. So a gain of 5 on the play. 28-31. Jefferson looking to extend their lead. Jefferson sets up in an I formation. They're setting Pope in motion. It's a toss to Pope, and he is met pretty much right where he's at. Got a little bit outside the 40.
And we got another Jefferson player who was down. He's a little slow to get up.
Uh-oh.
That's Lonnie Melvin, the 5'11", 175-pound wide receiver.
We are seeing him limp a little bit as he comes off the field. 3rd and 2 from the 40 for Ames.
Jefferson, rather, I think.
For Jefferson, yes. My bad. 3rd and 2 from the 40. And it is a keeper by Sabo, who I don't think got there. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
They're going to measure it again?
No, they'll give it to Jefferson. So Jefferson converts and keeps their drive alive. First and 10 from the 38 on the plus side of the field for Jefferson, who could potentially extend their lead and force Ames into a tough situation. Let's see what they can do. It's Bleats. Markham right with him in the backfield. Pope in motion again. And it's a give to Markham, and he was wrestled down at about the 35. Townsend managed to get the tackle that time. It's 2nd and 8. And the 36. Clock runs down to 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. So here's Bleats once again. 3 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Toss to Pope, and the ball is out. And Ames gets it. Who fell on top of it? A failed toss to Pope, and Ames going to have the ball at midfield. DeAndre Isaac comes up with the fumble recovery, and Ames just going to have it at their own 49 with 1:40 to go in the 3rd.
Wow, that was very, very good play there. They got right to Bleats, and you saw he was just trying to get that ball off, but it just went behind Pope, and we've seen how many times he's done that tonight successfully. That just wasn't one of those instances. Ames ball.
Here's Lipsy, looking to start off this drive off well. Stays in the pocket, fires deep, downfield, way overthrown. Intended receiver, it looked like it was
Probably.
Evan Gray. Flannery, rather. 2nd and 10. It'll be from the 49 again. That would have been a very excellent play for Ames.
Yeah, he was well guarded, though. So I don't know if he would have made that catch, but it's not a bad effort. And I think now you want to go with the running play just to get some yards.
2 receivers on the right of Lipsy. He stays in the pocket, completes, and a flag is down. It's a 1st down, but it depends on the penalty.
And
Pass was complete to Flannery,
Oh.
and they'll call it on Ames. Was it holding?
Yeah, it looked like it was a holding on Ames. So,
That'll bring them back to the 39. Well, not the 39. Or will it? Yeah, no, it will bring them back to the 39. A loss of 10 yards for that penalty. So it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 39. 2nd and 25 from the 34, rather.
looked like there may have been another penalty that was tacked on there as well.
Very likely, yes. Clock runs down, still going, 1:20 to go in the third. Here's Lipsy in the pocket, fires. Phillips managed to get a few yards on the play, but Ames is going to have some major yards to make up if they want the first down here, as they're now in a situation of 3rd and 16 from the 42. Clock has been stopped at 1:06 to go in the third. I'd definitely choose a passing play here.
Yeah, even though it does present itself the risk of being picked, I think you have to be able to pick up some yardage that way.
Lipsy rolls right, fires, and the pass is no good. It was almost caught by Evan Gray. It also could have been intercepted. And on a chance for Ames to take back the lead, they are unfortunately going to have to give this ball back to Jefferson thanks to a holding call earlier in the drive. Back for the return is Melvin, and Lipsy will punt it off. And Lipsy with a deep line drive punt. It'll go out of bounds at about the 20 for Jefferson. 53 seconds to go in the third. Ames could have taken the lead there. They unfortunately weren't able to capitalize, but they'll get another chance if they can get a stop right here.
Yes, they still got another quarter left to play, but you know, as long as they can keep Jefferson within arm's reach, they should be okay, considering how well Lipsy and the run game worked to start and how well their offense did in the third quarter here.
Bleach is the quarterback for Jefferson. Pope in motion as per usual. It's a keep to Bleach, and he's going to get taken down at about the 15-yard line. There was no mercy for him from the Ames defense.
That's the ideal kind of stop that Ames has been looking for all night. And no, it's pushed them back 7 yards, and so it's going to make getting a first down here for Jefferson a little bit more difficult.
So it'll be 2nd and 17 from the 15, 20 seconds and counting to go in the third. This very likely will be the final play of the third quarter. We'll see what Bleach and the offense is able to do. Ames defense anxious to get a stop right here, and here's a pass deep downfield. Oh, right in between the hands of Szabo. And it'll be 3rd and 17 from the 15. That'll actually give us, with 5 seconds left to go in the third, one more play before the third quarter ends. And if Ames can get a stop right here, then they can have some pretty good field position when they try and take the lead back.
Yes. Absolutely right there. Took just about everything I was going to say, in fact. Great minds think alike.
They certainly do, partner. Play clock down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds left in the third. 3rd and 17 from the 15. Jefferson needing to keep this drive alive. And it is Bleach who fires, and that time it is a completion to Szabo, but that is not going to be enough for the first down. Not even close. Berkheimer and Gray on the tackle. It's 4th and 12 from the 20.
Play. That's the end of the third quarter. Jefferson 31, Ames 28.
And that'll bring us into the fourth quarter. We'd like to take a quick second to thank our sponsors. AHS Football on AHS Sports Network is brought to you by the following. OBS Studio, free and open source software for video recording and live streaming. Go to obsproject.com to download and start streaming quickly and easily on Windows, Mac, or Linux. And by YouTube Live, bringing you live streams on youtube.com since 2008. Want to stay up to date with all things AHS Sports Network? Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at AHS Sports Network. Facebook coming soon. And that'll bring us into the fourth quarter, where we are going to expect to see, hopefully, something happen for Ames right here on this offensive drive that they're about to have.
Yeah.
Cross on the punt, the way he was moving, it almost seemed like he was going to, wow! Are you kidding me? What a punt! Lipsy is deciding to run it himself, and he is still moving. He's to the 20, the 30. Lipsy still going. Damon Lipsy. Oh, he's still going. Damon Lipsy. He's got one man to beat. And he's finally taken down at the 20 of Cedar Rapids, Jefferson territory.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we got a flag on the play.
Oh, they did where?
About midfield over towards the Jefferson sideline, and I'll bet you that it was either a holding or an illegal. Yeah.
Oh.
So I think they'll get the ball, but they'll get nowhere near the field position that they would have had they not had that penalty.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at, let's see, where on the field?
It's like about the 47.
Ball placement has not been made yet. Oh,
take that back.
More like the 37, unfortunately, for Ames. 11:34 to go in the fourth. And, well, on the bright side, Lipsy and the Little Cyclones have plenty of time to gain this lead back from Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
Yes, they do, and that's a good thing now. Even though it's the fourth quarter, we're only 26 seconds into it, so, still a long ways to go.
Lipsy fires quickly. Flannery made the grab. At about the 45, it looked like, so it'll be 2nd and 3 at the 44. A gain of 7 on the play. 11:15 to go in the fourth. Clock moves down to 11:09 to play in the fourth. Both teams trying to avoid elimination. Only one can move on. We got a close one, and we'll need to see who pulls it off. As Lipsy fires to the left, pass is caught, Evan Gray, but he's not going to get the first. He is not going to get the first. He got close, but, oh, wait, is he going to get the first? No. Oh, they are giving him the first.
Forward progress is going to give him the first down there, I believe.
1st and 10 from the 49, still in Ames territory. Clock moves down to 10:44 to go in the fourth. And Lipsy, 2 receivers on his right. Shotgun snap to give to Papin. And he's not going to get much yards. Only a gain of about 1, it looks like. 2nd and 9 from midfield for the Little Cyclones. Clock moves down to 10 minutes to go in the fourth. Three receivers on the right for Lipsy. He's got Papin with him in the backfield. Rolls right, fires, passes, caught! Evan Gray, and that's going to be a first down for Ames. And the Ames offense is rolling now. Kapongo managed to get the tackle for Jefferson. 9.5 and counting to go in the fourth. Lipsy, Papin with him in the backfield. Two receivers on his right and on his left. Takes a shotgun snap, he keeps it himself. Taman Lipsy moving to the left, and he's still got some room to run. He got the first down, and he got out at about the 29-yard line. And the chains move once again. Tavian Cook forced him out for Jefferson, number 3, a senior. 1st and 10 from the 28 for the Little Cyclones. Another first down away from a red zone possession, and hopefully they can at least tie this game.
Yes. Yes, I think that's the bare minimum of an expectation on this drive. You got to tie the game.
Lipsy with a sideways pass, and it's incomplete. Was not able to connect to Gray. 2nd and 10 from the 28. Clock is stopped at 9:02 to go in the fourth. So, still got some time. Still got to get down this field. Still got to score.
That's right. Time might not be on your side right now with only 9 minutes to go, but it's better than being down 3 with, say, 2 minutes to go.
Certainly is. Lipsy fires left. Papin makes the grab, and he's still going, and he got to about the 21, it looked like.
He almost lost the ball there. I could see, like, the ball came a little bit loose. He was grabbing for it, but he was able to retain possession. Very important that he did that there.
3rd and 3 from the 21 for Ames. Clock continues to move down to 8:36 and counting to go in the fourth. Ames. At this point, they could definitely kick a field goal and tie the game, worst case scenario. Lipsy going to try and get them more than that, however. Phillips shifts right. Lipsy going to keep it himself on a pump fake, and he's still moving. Taman Lipsy takes it to the house, leaping into the end zone, and Ames is back in the lead after starting the half down by 10. Taman Lipsy, a 21-yard run on 3rd and 3, and it's a 34-31 lead for the Little Cyclones.
Wow. That was another 3rd down run for Lipsy, ends up in a touchdown. How about that? That is just incredible.
Lemcool kicks it through the uprights, and Ames takes a 4-point lead with 8:07 to go in the fourth. 8:07 to go in the fourth. And with that being said, Jefferson going to want to get at least a field goal, but more preferably a touchdown when we come back. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. So welcome back into it, folks. It's going to be Lemcool kicking it off after a 21-yard touchdown run from Lipsy. Lemcool on a squib kick again, and this time it is going to be an aggressive tackle. On the return was Burnett. 8:02 to go in the fourth. Jefferson probably going to want a touchdown here. Yeah, they're going to want a touchdown here, as a matter of fact. Considering 8:02 to go in the game, you're going to want a touchdown here if you're Jefferson.
Yeah, field goal's not going to get you enough. Field goal's only going to close the gap to a 1-point game.
And Bleats, I formation. He's got Birmingham right behind him. And, oh, Bleats escapes the second, trips at the 30. That is going to be a loss of 8 yards, 2nd and 18 from the 38. 7:45 to go from the fourth. A detrimental mistake from Bleats.
Well, that was great pressure there by Ames. The first man almost got him. Second man was able to trip him up enough that he wasn't able to progress any further than the 30-yard line. So very well done by Ames. If they can execute a couple more plays like that, they'll be good to go.
Here's Bleats with Pope in motion. It's a jet sweep to Pope. And he's going to try and find the edge, and he got a few yards, only a gain of about 2 on the play. Graw forced him out. It's going to be a gain of 3, 3rd and 15 from the 33. 7:15 to go in the fourth. Jefferson's got to keep this ball, or Ames is going to put him in a tough situation potentially.
Absolutely, you know. They got to move the chains to be able to really stay in the game here.
And here's a pass deep downfield. Nobody's there. Pass was intended for Capango, but it was way too overthrown, and it's 4th and 15 from the 33.
4th and 15.
And Jefferson trying to decide that they're going to bring out Cross after the 3 and out. And this ball will go back to Ames, who has a 4-point lead with just 7:10 to play in the fourth.
I think this is the right decision from Jefferson, but then again, they have to hold Ames to just a field goal and no more than that to really keep this a one-possession game, because you would think that they would get the ball back, say, with about, I don't know, 2-3 yards
Wait,
left.
Cook's keeping it. And he finally kicks it way downfield. Lipsy was going to return it, and he'll just let it be a touchback. Sorry for interrupting you, partner. What were you saying?
No, I think I got everything off of my chest there that I needed to before you got in there. So overall, I think you're going to get, if you're Jefferson, Cedar Rapids Jefferson, you're going to get the ball back with about, I would say, I think 3 minutes max. But you have to get a stop. You can't let Ames score a touchdown, because then that could cause all sorts of problems, and that could lock it up for Ames.
Yeah, a touchdown at this point could very well be the dagger.
Yeah, touchdown could be what puts it away for Ames. I don't know. This game is coming down to the wire. We got just about 7 minutes to go. It'll be crazy for sure.
6:59 to play in the fourth. Lipsy being comfortable in the pocket, and he decides to roll left, fires late. Gray made the grab, but was he in bounds? Yes, he was. That's going to be a first down. And it's Anthony Davis, actually, who made the grab. And as a matter of fact, it's not a first down, rather.
He was very close to it. He got 9 yards out of that.
Yes, 2nd and 1 from the 20. Jefferson's defense has got to come in really clutch right here.
Yes. I think, it might be a little bit difficult to stop them here with just a 2nd and 1. But if you're able to keep them really behind the Jefferson 40-yard line, I think they should be okay for now.
Here's Lipsy on a keeper, and he did not get very. Oh, the ball is out! The ball is out, and who's got it? It goes to.
They're trying to figure it out right now. They're wrestling over it.
It goes to Ames keeps it. Ames will keep it. Golden opportunity, and
And
a flag is out. A flag is out. That's going to be probably on Jefferson.
Let's see what happened. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yup.
Looks like it was on a different person as opposed to the one that was called in the first half. So, therefore, nobody is kicked out.
That could have been a perfect opportunity for Jefferson. That would have given them excellent field position to try and get a touchdown and take this lead back.
Yeah, that was kind of a heart in the throat moment, you know. It was just thinking about what happened earlier when Jefferson fumbled it on the 1-yard line and lost a chance to score a touchdown there.
Here's Lipsy down the field for Phillips. Nobody's there. Phillips was overthrown, rather. 6:11 to go in the fourth. Clock has been stopped there. It's 2nd and 10 from the 47. All right, 2 more tries for Lipsy and the Ames offense to get another first down. And if they keep running it specifically, well, I actually wouldn't recommend trying to run the clock out yet.
No.
Because still 6:11 to go.
If you do keep running the ball, you will force Jefferson to use their timeouts, obviously, to stop the clock. But I don't think that would be effective now.
Papin still running, and he made a cut and was not able to get very far. Yes, Jefferson still has all 3 of theirs. Ames used 1 of theirs earlier in the half. It's 5:52 to go in the fourth. It's 3rd and 8 from the 49. Jefferson's got to try to do something right here, right now.
Well, it's 3rd down again. Will we see Lipsy get a nice run?
Here we go. We'll have to see what can happen. Lipsy with 2 receivers on his left and his right. Papin in the backfield with him. Lipsy under pressure, and he's still moving. Lipsy tripped up. Not going to get the first down. But do they go for it?
No.
I don't think they do either.
I don't think you go for it. It's probably not the kind of field position that you would want.
Dukes managed to get to Lipsy on a only gain of 2 on the play. And Lipsy is, they're sending out the kicking team. This ball will be going to Jefferson with 4:42 and counting to go in the fourth. Lipsy punts it off. Back for the return is Melvin. Deep punt from Lipsy. And they'll let it roll. And it was picked up by Precaution. I think he should have let the ball go a little farther before picking it up.
It was kind of hard to tell the punt's trajectory from that angle. It might have gone more sideways than anything, but overall, you know, you've got Jefferson back inside their own.
The 12. Jefferson back in their own 12.
Yeah, got them back inside their own 20-yard line, so should be okay for now. Just need to get a stop because Jefferson's going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at this drive.
Bleats rolls left. Passes no good. Broken up.
And
intended for Capango, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 12.
Oh, man, this is coming down to the wire like we've said before. Wow, what an exciting half this has been. What an exciting game it's been, really. Back and forth all the way through.
A chance for, depending on what time does, a game-winning potential drive for Jefferson. We'll have to see what they can do. Bleats Sets Pope in motion as per usual. It's a give to Markham, and he's going to escape and get the first down to the 25-yard line. Jefferson moves the chains. And it's 1st and 10 from the 25, so far, so good for Jefferson, but they've still got some ways to go.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a ways to go. The offense has been working quite well for them so far. They just need to be able to make a couple clutch plays here.
It's a jet sweep to Pope, and he almost got knocked up, and he's gonna take it down at the 15. A loss of 10 on the play. It's 2nd and 20 from the 15. 3:35 to go in the 4th. Michael Broders, the senior, comes in clutch for Ames.
Yeah, he's been in on those big tackles in previous games as well. You know, he always seems to be there for Ames when they need him the most.
So 2nd and 19 from the 16 rather, for Jefferson. Let's see what they can do. Bleets is gonna have to escape pressure, and he is still moving. He almost was able to complete to Capango. 3rd and 19 from the 16. And if Jefferson doesn't get it right here, they're gonna have to go for it with 3:04 to go in the 4th.
No question. You don't have enough time, although they do have 3 of their timeouts, which now I think it's smart to save your timeouts here, but when that gets under 2 minutes, you gotta start using them. Granted, you would still have the ball.
Jefferson, 2 more tries to get to the first down. Let's see if they can do it right here. Bleets. Something's got to happen for Jefferson right here and right now. Bleets is under pressure. Has to try and escape it. Airs one downfield. Incomplete. Incomplete, and it's 4th and 19 from the 16. You got to go for it if you're Jefferson.
Yeah. Oh.
Melvin was the intended receiver.
Yeah. Almost was picked off as well.
Yes.
Oh, that certainly would have.
Wait a minute. They're not giving the ball back, are they?
Why
They're giving the ball back. I would not do that in this situation. There's only 2:55 to go in the game.
Why would you punt it? Got some fans giving players a piece of their mind as timeout is called.
Ames takes their 2nd timeout. We'll have to see what happens. Ames trying to cap it off with a trip to Southeast Polk to potentially go to the Unidome. But Jefferson not sure if they're going to give it to him. We'll keep it here instead because we don't know how much longer this timeout will be. Well, Jefferson has got to force a 3 and out in this situation if they're going to give the ball back to Ames. So with that being said, Ames has also got to try and get a first down. Jefferson still has all 3 of their timeouts. Ames only has 1.
I don't think that there's enough time for them to, if they give the ball to Ames and Ames gets a first down, there's not going to be enough time for them to try and stop him again and still have their timeouts.
Yeah,
so
this is not a good decision in my opinion.
I don't agree with this.
I don't either. Because if Ames gets any more than a first down, that could very well be the ball game. Lipsy is back deep as Cook has been kicking absolute bullets today. Yep, I think someone might have gotten a hand on it as Lipsy was going to field it, and instead it'll be Zabo who fields it at about the 45 for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. 1st and 10 from the 47.
47-yard line, 1st and 10, Little Cyclones.
And now, if Cedar Rapids Jefferson does not force a 3 and out right here, that's very well could be your ball game.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be the case. You know, if you're Ames, you want to run the ball, and if in this case, since they have all 3 timeouts, I think it would be better to score. It might be a better idea to score to make sure that you can put some distance between yourself and Jefferson.
Here's Lipsy. Both teams trying to avoid elimination. Something's got to be made. A clutch play has got to be made by somebody from somewhere here as Lipsy slides at about the 48 on a keeper. And he got a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 from the 48 onto the plus side of the field. So they're halfway there. They can get that first down, then that very well could be the ball game. Clock is still continuing to move down to 2:20 to go.
Oh, brother, this is nerve-wracking moment for us watching, for all the fans watching. I'm sure there's some nerves down on that field right now.
Play clock down to 5. Lipsy finally takes the snap. It's a give to Papin. Papin cannot find the edge, and I think they got a loss right there. Jefferson needed that right there. Burnett managed to come up with the stop. Jefferson takes their first timeout. 1:54 to play in the 4th. And it's going to depend right here. If Jefferson can force a 3 and out, it's 1:54 to play in the 4th. Then they still, in my opinion, have enough time to try and get downfield and win this game. But it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough, and the timing is gonna be very tight. So I think if you're Ames, you save your timeout, you run the ball, and you just got to keep running the ball until you force Jefferson to use all their timeouts, really. And if you get a first down when they don't have a timeout, that could be game over.
We're going to have to see what Ames can do right here. First down for Ames probably ends the game. 4th down for Ames gives Jefferson one final shot. 1:54 to play in the 4th. It's 3rd and 6 from the 49 in Ames territory. Lipsy, 2 receivers on his left and his right. Phillips in motion. Lipsy runs it right, and he's still going. And did he get the first down? I think he's there. Yes, he got it. He got the first down.
But it's not game over yet.
It is not.
Jefferson still have 2 of their timeouts, and a first down stops the clock. So, oh boy, this is gonna be some close stuff.
Now clock continues to move down to 1:37 to go in the 4th. And Ames obviously using up as much time as they can. Play clock runs down to 6. Jefferson needs a miracle right here.
Yeah, they're gonna need something big.
Oh, the ball was dropped, but Papin managed to get back on top of it.
Oh.
That was a very close one.
Yes, that was, oh my. That could have turned the whole game upside down right there with just 1:12 to go.
That could have been bad. Jefferson uses their 2nd timeout. Whoa. Papin dropped it, and if that was recovered by Jefferson.
That would have, wow. That could have very well changed everything.
Yes. So it's 1:12 to go in the 4th. 2nd and 10 from the 41. A defensive miracle would be something that Jefferson could possibly look into as well. And if Ames gets another timeout after this, then that officially would for sure be ball game at that point.
Yeah, no question about it. Oh boy, man, we came here expecting a close game. They gave it to us. Definitely not in the way that we thought it would be, but you know what? We'll take it.
Just 1:12 to go in the game. Lipsy and the Little Cyclones with the potential to end Jefferson's season right here. something's going to need to happen. Lipsy, another give to Papin. Papin is still going to move, and he's going to escape and get the first down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, might just be the dagger.
Very well. That could be the one that sends Ames to the second round. And, oh, brother.
The football gods are going to need to send Jefferson a miracle at this point with just a minute and counting to go in the fourth.
Well, if Jefferson want to win it, they're going to have to score a touchdown. Yeah, field goal's not going to get you enough. It'll get you within one, but
I knew it was not a good idea. Lipsy's already in victory formation. There it is.
I'll bet Jefferson
Is there a
just used their
timeout
last
being taken by Jefferson?
Yep.
Jefferson takes a timeout.
That's not surprising.
Ames fans getting up. The game is not over yet.
The game's not over
The game
yet.
is not over. There's 30 seconds to go.
Basically, I think it very well could be over right here. As Taman, all he needs to do is just give it a kneel.
Well, after being down by 10 points, Lipsy was able to lead the Little Cyclones to a comeback. Jefferson scoreless in the second half, unless a defensive miracle can happen at this point.
Ugh.
Here comes victory formation. And Lipsy will take the kneel.
And that
should do it.
That should, in theory, be the game.
Nobody's doing anything. Handshakes are being exchanged from the players. Hugs are being exchanged from the players. And after a back-and-forth shootout and a 10-point comeback from Ames, the Little Cyclones, as time expires, will be the team moving on to play against Southeast Polk next week, on this exact day next week, for a chance to play in the Unidome. What a game. What a game, folks. Back and forth. Amazing contributions from both teams, but only one team can move on, and it'll be Ames.
Oh, brother, that was a big win for Ames, a big comeback victory. I think it was sort of a shell shock from the end of the first half, being down 10 points, but they were able to be composed, and they were able to strike back methodically, and they're the ones who came out victorious tonight, as they deserve to be.
And, well, it seems as if they never gave up. Ames didn't give up. They were down 10 going into this half, and Lipsy led them to quite a victory as the team and the cheerleaders recite the fight song, Ames High Loyalty. And Taman Lipsy came in clutch with 3 running touchdowns right when Ames needed it, and especially that one to give Ames the lead was exactly what they needed. 446 rushing yards.
Wow.
From Lipsy. What a fantastic performance from him. Instead of taking a break, we'll just have post-game thoughts right here as Ames huddles up to celebrate their victory. Partner, what a fantastic game.
Oh, that was incredible, man. That was a back-and-forth game, and I didn't expect Jefferson to score that many points, but, I mean, I'll take a 35-31 result. It was so entertaining to call, and I'm sure it was very entertaining to watch, and Ames can say they got out of here with a victory. Very well done to them.
I'm just going to always look back at this game, and I'm not going to agree with Jefferson's decision to, with about 4 minutes or so, 2 minutes rather, or something like that, left in the game, decide to punt it. I don't agree with that decision, and I feel like that is going to be in part what caused this loss for them.
Yeah. You should have gone for it, man. I can understand the point of you didn't want to give up a touchdown, but that would have, secured. But they would have probably had a lot of trouble keeping Ames out of the end zone from there, as we saw how good Lipsy was tonight with the rushing. So, unfortunate way for Jefferson to end their season. And, props to them. They put up a hell of a fight, and Ames was able to respond to it. And, very good result. But the next team is gonna have a hard time against Southeast Polk, considering they are one of the best teams in Class 4A right now. Man, they got a heck of a fight next week. Ames does against Southeast Polk. Can't wait to hear about it, and hopefully they come out on top.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the ending of seasons, that is going to do it for this edition of AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. The first ever playoff game in the history of AHS Sports Network. And it ends with a 35-31 victory for your Ames High Little Cyclones, who will go to Southeast Polk next week for a spot in the state tournament. What a fantastic game. What a fantastic night. What a fantastic environment. And that will also do it for the season of AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. AHS Football fans who tuned in this year, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support. We hope to see you next year. Ames takes down Jefferson in a nail-biter game off of a 10-point comeback. Final score, 35-31. Thank you for tuning into this edition of AHS Football on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. I am Carter White.
I am Ryan Eggert.
The voices of your Ames High Little Cyclones. Signing off.